The awards ceremony arrived with all the pomp Jake had been treading for months. Corporate banquet hall, pressed uniforms, speeches about innovation and excellence. Everything Matthew would normally avoid like the plague. But their project had earned recognition from the Maritime Engineering Council, and attendance wasn't optional. Jake sat at the head table, fidgeting with his tie, while Matthew slouched in his chair, still completely oblivious to why they were really there. The evening's agenda listed their names under Outstanding Partnership in Naval Architecture, but Matthew kept checking his phone, probably calculating propulsion coefficients in his head. When they called Jake's name as the primary recipient, he stood slowly, walked to the podium, and did exactly what he'd been planning for weeks. "This recognition belongs to my partner," Jake said, gesturing toward Matthew, who looked up from his phone with genuine confusion. "Matthew's the visionary behind every breakthrough we've achieved. His scattered genius finds solutions where systematic thinking hits walls. Without his chaos, my organization means nothing." Matthew's face went through about 6 different expressions: confusion, realization, embarrassment, then something approaching gratitude. The audience applauded while Matthew reluctantly joined Jake at the podium, still processing what had just happened. "You always got it together. You know that's a narrative for this whole thing," Matthew whispered as they shook hands with the committee members. "Well, you're the chaos man. Brother, you have no idea. You're the chaos," Jake replied. But this time, Matthew actually heard him. Really heard him. Later, as they walked out to the banquet hall with their shared award, Matthew stopped on the steps. "How long have you known about this?" "Months," Jake admitted. "But it was never about me anyway." "What's a driving narrative through this whole thing?" Matthew said quietly, understanding finally dawning. 20 years of you making sure I get credit for ideas I scatter all over cocktail napkins." The real surprise came 3 weeks later, when Jake presented Matthew with tickets to Ozzy Osbourne's farewell tour, final show in Birmingham, England. "Consider it a celebration of our partnership," Jake said, "and maybe a chance to see where all this music obsession leads us next." Birmingham changed everything. Standing in that crowd, watching the Prince of Darkness command the stage one last time, something clicked for both of them. The same energy that drove their ship designs, the same creative tension between Jake's structure and Matthew's chaos. It all translated perfectly to music. "We could do this," Matthew shouted over the roar of Crazy Train. "Not perform, create, build songs the way we build ships." Jake nodded, watching Ozzy work the crowd with decades of practiced precision. "Your chaos, my organization. Same formula, different medium." That night, in their Birmingham hotel, they sketched their first song structure on hotel stationery. Matthew's scattered lyrics about creative partnerships, Jake's methodical chord progressions and arrangements. The iguanas would have to adjust to guitar amplifiers instead of ant farm observations. The jumping spiders would witness late-night recording sessions in that pristine white studio. "You always got it together. You know that it's a driving narrative for this whole thing," Matthew said as they worked through their first collaborative song. "Well, you're the chaos man. Brother, you have no idea. You're the chaos," Jake responded. But now it sounded like the foundation of something entirely new. 20 years of friendship, 2 decades of creative partnership, and it took Ozzy's final Birmingham performance to show them their next chapter. From ship designs to song designs, the formula remained the same: its systematic approach channeling Matthew, scattered brilliance into something neither could achieve alone. That's a driving narrative through this whole thing, indeed.